Hello, sir. We are very privileged and honored to have you here. Uh, what do you feel? How does it feel to be here in the Arthouse Asia Film Festival?
No, wonderful. It's like the new year just started. In the new year 2020, the Arthouse Asian Film Festival 2020, which is starting at Boshu Cinema, which is a very good initiative because, of course, we do have our Kolkata International Film Festival, but this kind of a cinema, this kind of a festival, of course, will cater for both, like not only Bengali cinema. I'm going to talk about the international filmmakers. Some films we do watch it like in many ways, but there are so many individual directors from our country, from international market, the people they're making like fabulous film. I know I who watch a lot of films. It can be in France, it can be in any languages like. But those maybe they are very small films, but those are so good. These kind of a festival will surely cater to the newer generation. At the same time, there are a lot of people today who really wants to be a filmmaker, who wants to come to the industry, because we need to know how the language of cinema is changing worldwide. What we are doing is not the ultimate. Every moment there are something new happening in my country itself, and then there's a whole world. So we need to know, we need to learn, we need to watch. So this kind of an international film festival, I'm sure in another 2 3 years people will really talk about this festival. I'm sure about it.
And what is the road ahead, you think?
You see, I've been working for so many years, and I right now what I said that yes, of course, Bengali cinema content has really in last 10 years particularly. I'm saying we have just starting our a new journey from 2020. But if you see last 10 years, there have been a lot of good content. There have been a lot of good directors. There have been a lot of good combination of actors coming in Bengali cinema, and the best part is in this last 10 years, we had a new audience for Bengali cinema, which I think it was a very positive thing. Especially, I'm talking about the film like my film, eventually I'm so happy. But after that autograph and Vaishal Shravan and all, the new audience, especially. But my problem is when we talk about Bengali cinema, why do we have to say always that it is Bengali cinema? Or why do we have to say it's a Marathi cinema? Or it is a Punjabi cinema? We have to say that we produce Indian cinema. So in that way, if you see today, if we are watching a OTT platform and we are watching a Spanish show or or some Italian or Iranian or whatever. So today's state cinema doesn't have any language. If a Hindi cinema can release in China, why can't we release our good cinema, which has that kind of a content, in China? Because for them it is Hindi, Bengali, Marathi, everything is same. So where do I personally believe that one, of course, we need to cater to Bengalis, and Bengali it doesn't mean only West Bengal Bengalis. It's worldwide. If with Bangladesh and with our Bengal, we are the sixth largest speaking language in the world. So we need to cater that. So that level we need to market. That's one. And I really feel sad, which I just told that in international circuit when I go, I see that the representation from Indian pavilion is always there is no second question. There's been always those three legends from Bangla. It is Ray, Khatok and Sen. Then of course we have directors like Buddha, of course has a huge thing, contribution, Gautam Da. Or but after that there's a huge gap. So somewhere we are stuck for a firm that this is our market, these are our single screen, these are our multiplexes, and we are not crossing the border. We are not marketing it. So that is one thing I think we have a huge market. Bengali cinema is really doing good, and I'm sure in another 10 years, Bengali cinema will be again. It's coming back to their own, and people are getting really interested with the new content. Content is becoming a huge, it's playing a huge role now nowadays, which used to be Bengali films, the power basically. Of course, stars are there, will be there in place, but I'm saying the content has become a very important content is an important thing for Bengali cinema now. I think Bengali cinema has to reach international now. That's the only fight which we need to do.
Right. Now, one more thing that has changed over the last decade is the rise of the OTT platforms. So, how do you see that development?
Well, as because I had worked for so many years, we cinema people, and especially I'm talking about the film people, we have always faced those challenges right now. I'm saying that maybe when we used to produce a film and it's been 35 and the film used to get into the screens, so we used to have only one screen, which is cinema also. Now we have around 4 to 5 screens, and we can't avoid it. Even in a phone, we are ready to get entertained. So we can't avoid that screen also. So I always say that nowadays we should say that we are not film producers. We should say that we are content providers. Because any content, whether it's a 10 minutes film, whether it's a 15 minutes film, whether it's a 10-hour series, if your content is good, there are opportunity to market it, earn. End of the day, it's a commerce, right? So for even film people, it's again a new market. The challenge is huge. What is the challenge? That there has to be some cinema where people have to go to the cinema hall and watch it. That's a different experience. That will never change. But for a producer, this platform is also that there are a lot of small films which might not do so well in theaters, but in OTT platform it really does super. So the revenue model also they are getting for us, a new revenue model also happening. So OTT platform is not only series. Of course, I personally love to watch series, but at the same time, for film also, you have when you have seen that for Prime Video, the way Gumnami had released, they first time focused East with the film Gumnami, and for a Bengali film, first to seven, I think the film has come into the stream. So it's not a Hindi cinema, it's not an English film, it's a Bengali film. So we need to push that. We need to target so that end of the day, when you sell a film to OTT platform, you get a good amount of money. So because your economy has to work with your creativity, and that's the future.
Yeah, right. And the last question would be for the audience, larger audience and your fans. What are the next projects you are that is coming up in 2020?
Uh, right now, I can say I will be not able to announce the names, but yeah, I'm doing one film with Shiva Purushana and Nandita, which is going to release in December, at Christmas. Of course, there's an extension of Hami, and one film I'm doing with Kaushik Ganguly. The release have not been planned out. I'm starting in Feb. Of course, for Puja, I'm going to come with Kaka Babu again because there is a 3 years gap. So that I'm going to shoot in Africa. So Kaka Babu is back in this Puja. That's the three film, and I'm doing a huge big web series in Bombay, which I'm going to start from April. So that's a very good director, Vikram Mokhane. So he's directing the show Who Did Secretariats and all, you know. So that's a huge big project which I'm doing next year. I mean this year.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I really feel proud, especially because I'm from Indian cinema and secondly Bengali. Till today, in an international film festival, Ray, Katak and Sen is selling. But next, what is next? We do have a person like Buddha, we do have Mr. Gautam Ghosh, but after that, I think the people, the young directors who are doing Bengali cinema, somewhere is little disconnected with this international film festivals. I'm sure there are some people who wants to be a director. That you should start thinking to make international film because Bengali cinema has always contributed in a very big way in international market. It's my request.